University. And where I was particularly was at Iluero campus, where I happened to be the guild president of Kampala University. And for the first time in West Nile, for the first time from Northern Uganda, I was the first from Northern Uganda to contest and win the election, 2022-2023. I am single, not married. Yeah, I am single, I'm not yet married. So I started besides that, I was in Sensas Ruanga College, Koboko, where I finished my O-level from. Then I came to Maracha Senior Secondary School. Basically, that is where my work has, in fact, where my school life has been from Sensas Ruanga to Maracha Senior Secondary School to Kampala University, where I happen to be the guild president. I work with Dave Subank, and currently I am not doing anything. I'm focusing on to the politics. I'm focusing on to local government. I'm focusing on to the people of Maracha. It is very, very cold from where I am right now, but I believe you're going to have the best of your time with me. I hope that is all about my introduction. Anything else, you will let me know later. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are looking at the influence of the young people into the local government, into the local government.
Is anyone getting him? Because on my side, I'm not picking him.
Are people not getting me?
You're loud and clear.
I'm getting him clearly.
Right. That person, you check your network. We're looking at local government, in fact, and that is where we are going. That is where I'm going. That is where, by the grace of God, a young person is going to stay, in fact, to take charge of the district. I'm not going to be the only person. In the last election, let me start from there. In the last election, PG district elected somebody at 27 years. Just few years ago, not more than 4 years, in Western Uganda, another one was elected at 26 years. So, as the LC5. So, this is where we are moving. When we are talking about local government, we are looking at a structure which has been created to manage the local affairs. For example, we are looking at health, we are looking at roads, we are looking at water and sanitation in specific areas. This is a sector which has been created by the government due to the decentralization to manage their own affairs. So going forward, moving forward, in Uganda, for example, the local government operates under a decentralized system where power and responsibilities are transferred from the central government to the local authorities.
Excuse me, Honorable.
Yes.
I hope you're done with the introduction.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Before you proceed, let us begin with influence of youth in local governance. So, Honorable Adriko, as the young leader, how do you plan to engage and empower youth in the Maracha district and beyond to participate in local governance? And what strategies would you wish to ensure their voices are heard?
The News Channel.
Right, thank you. I just wanted to bring the background of what the local government is, but leaving that aside, the role of the young people into the local governance. One thing, let's start from decision making and the participation. How do they do it? First of all, the young people do it by taking part into the decision making process, whereby this can be done through elections, just like I've offered myself to lead the people of Maracha if given the opportunity. So by doing this, it means a young person can be in a position to influence or to drive the district or the local government into the way that they wish it to be. So as a young person, when I'm given a chance to take decisions. Definitely, we shall tackle issues to do with health. We shall tackle issues to do with the roads. We shall tackle issues to do with the education, as stipulated onto the roles of the LC5 or the roles of under the local government. As well, accountability agents. The young people are accountability agents. How do they do this? When you are at the top of the leadership, definitely, as a young person or as any other leader, you must make sure that you are accountable to the people. And how are the young people who are not there on power, how do they do it? First of all, by engaging in community activities. By like currently we have the social media whereby many young people have taken it upon themselves to seek the leadership wherever they are. So that is how the young people can get engaged or into this local government, in fact, into the local governance. As well, community mobilization. Like currently, we are looking at a politics whereby most young people have been used to mobilize members to come in to listen to different candidates. And that is where they're taking part. Community mobilization. In fact, very many activities take place into the villages, in our parishes, in our district in particular. So by the youths or the young people mobilizing people to take part into those activities which are running, definitely they are into the what? They are looking at how their system can be governed. As well, innovation and creativity. In fact, innovation and technology. Like for example, these young people, me and you, we have that knowledge. That's why when you flash back previously, this technology which we are using currently have not been there. But today, you are hearing me here. I'm going to hear you here as you listen to what I'm going to say as the discussion is going to continue. So the young people, they take part in all these activities here. So ladies and gentlemen, that is how the young people can take part into the local governance.
All right, thank you so much. You talked about here community mobilization. Now here comes the second question. What specific initiatives will you implement to ensure youths have a seat at the decision-making table? And how will you guarantee their representation in key district committees?
Oh, thank you so much for that lovely question. First of all, how will I make you said that what? How will I ensure that the youth? Can you repeat the question again?
Okay, the question says, what specific initiatives will you implement to ensure youths have a seat at the decision-making table? And how will you guarantee their representation in key district committees?
Wow, thank you so much. One, by me offering myself to be a candidate at my young age, I've in fact empowered very many young people to look into the local government as a position that they can handle. That is the first thing. And then how am I going to make sure that they are represented? Which initiatives am I going to use? One, we have committees, different committees that are there. In fact, first of all, the young people themselves, they should take part into the leadership. Yes, because if they don't take part into this leadership here, there's no way that they are going to be appointed from outside to be sitting at the different councils. No, they are not going to be there. Like we have the youth elections. These youth positions which are given, let them take part. Let the youth take part first of all. Secondly, DL5s, let them contest the being as the council as representing their sub-counties. By them doing that, once they win elections, of course, we shall go there at the council there. In case I win the election, definitely as we are constituting the council, they will be there appointed in the various sectors. That is one. Two, how am I going to make sure that their issues are heard? We have agenda that we want to push, whereby we want the young people to be inclusive in every activities of the district. For example, look, let me give you an example of the Emioga government programs. For example, we have the yoga, and we have PDM. These are current government activities which are running. But you realize the young people, because they didn't have much representation at the district level or in various local government systems, most of them have been neglected. Move around into their villages, ask how many young people got the PDM money. You find you may not find very many of them who benefited from that program, but I want to assure you, as long as I'm the district chairperson of Maracha district local government, I'll make sure that the young people are involved in the decision-making process. They are included in the government programs. They are included in every activity that is taking place at the local council. That is why we are going to sensitize them. The first thing we're going to do is to sensitize them to know how these things are done, because most of the times we complain that they are not being given chance yet. They have not gotten any information how the process is run. They are not aware. So the first thing we're going to do is to sensitize them to know the government programs which are on board, and then to understand how they are run. So by doing so, definitely, if they follow the procedures of getting into the systems, they will definitely benefit out of the government initiatives that are going to come. And that is how the young people are going to be included or involved into the decision-making process at the district and in the different local government areas or departments.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable. We have heard that from you, and you have told us clearly what you're going to do in order to represent these youths of Maracha district in the system. But now, here comes another question. Maracha district faces several challenges. Regardless, there are some youths already who are there, and there is nothing that they have done for this district. Now, as you come up here telling us boldly, you are going to do this and that, you are going to issue this and that. As I did say earlier on, Maracha district faces several challenges, including even social, economical, even political. How do you think youth can contribute to addressing these issues, and what role would you assign to them in your administration?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that question. Yes, it is true. Maracha district faces numerous challenges, ranging in different aspects: education, employment, and other sectors. Let's start from the two. You said yes. We have the district youth chairperson who is there in the council. We have the district, in fact, the youth councillors represent into the district council already. They have been there, but in which positions have they been holding? And if you look at the current council at the district, you find not very many youths are there, and if they're there, the positions they are in, it may not hold much influence. And the type of the young people also we have there determines whether the youth influence or the youth representation at that level can be felt or not. One, how shall we make sure that the young people are fully represented? By building their capacity. If you don't build the capacity of the young people, there's nothing that they're going to do. And how are we going to build this capacity? First of all, by offering education. Yes. One, when we're talking about this education, we're not only looking at studying up to the university. No. Studying up to the university is a priority, but that does not kick away the fact that the other areas where the young people can get, in fact, can study and become so powerful. Like, we look at in Maracha, we have a high rate of school dropout rate. It is high, very, very high, and very many young people, due to different factors, they have not studied, or they are not studying, or they have not proceeded much higher with their studies. And people blame them that they don't study, they're eating marunge, they just want to sit on the wire, on the ropes along the roadsides. But I've come with the hope for them. We're going to look at building their capacities through bringing in hands-on training in fact, bringing to them hands-on trainings. How shall we do this? One, currently, the government has offered a program in Izombo where they take 20 young people to go and study the hands-on trainings, which is a good initiative. But I know the 20 alone cannot handle the young people in the district. So we are going to partner with the different NGOs because government alone cannot solve the problem of the young people. But that is why the government itself has opened itself up to the NGOs to operate. So we are going to partner with the different NGOs to make sure that the skilling centers are brought at the district or they are brought at the district so that the young people can be trained so that they become important to the people. That is one. Then two, emphasizing, in fact, mobilizing them to join the different technical schools which are around. Yes, we have courses that are called non-formal. They are non-formal courses which are run in different technical institutions. I'm aware that Maracha district does not have a government technical school, but they have some community-based technical institutions or vocational institutions which offer good courses. But what had been lacking was a person to mobilize the young people. In fact, to explain to them, oh, even though you dropped out of school, you could go and do A, B, C, D, and it become very, very important for this society. Because I'm saying this at the back of my mind, knowing very well that to do welding, you don't need to study up to the university. To become a carpenter, you don't need. Yes, you can study up to the university, but where things have failed, you don't need to go up to the university to become a carpenter or a builder or to be work in a saloon. You don't need to study up to masters or what. No, these are things that even people who have dropped out of school can do. And what happened? How were they not doing it? They were not being mobilized. Yes, I've grown up in Maracha, and I've never had anywhere that maybe the leaders, the local leaders, LC1s, LC2s, 3s, the councillors, the LC5s, coming on board, telling young people or telling the community, hey, you guys, all my people of this place, there's ABCD happening at this place. When if we were to go and do this, we can become this. We have never had it. I've never had it happening. And it is a time God was waiting for me to come so that I will open the eyes of the people so that they will understand. Hey, even dropping out of school, you can become a carpenter. You can become a serious tailor. You can, and that is how we are going to do it, by building that capacity. Two, we have issues to do with the economy. Money is not there in Maracha. Maracha is one of the poorest districts that we have around. People don't have money. First of all, land itself has become an issue. But I've come up with a good news for them. Even though people have been poor, eating has become problem. But you don't need to have a very big land currently for you to do farming. We are going to come up with the ideas whereby sensitizing the people to take up different initiatives. For example, vegetable growing. Vegetable growing is top on our priority because it shall encourage them to because it looks so amazing when the tomatoes we are eating in a rural or you are eating in Maracha is being, let me say, transported from very far. Yet we have soil. It looks funny when the onions that we are eating they are coming from very far. Yet we have soil. It looks funny when the chicken we are eating on the streets is being reared by different groups of people, not our own people. So me coming up, we are generally coming to open eyes of people to see into it that what when you do this, these things can happen like this. That's what we are coming to do, and that is how we shall definitely handle issues to do with the how improving the money into their pockets, because when they take farming seriously, they can get money in their pockets. When they take this hands-on training seriously, they can get money. So that is how we are going to do it. Back to you, the moderator.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable. We have heard you loud and clear. And as hearing you, you're trying to tell us how transparent you're going to be and how accountable you are going to be for the use of Maracha district. So transparency and accountability are crucial in local governance. What role do you see youth playing in promoting these values, and how would you facilitate their involvement in monitoring district projects?
Right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. One, accountability. In fact, Maracha is known for corruption. When you check in the different websites, you will find that Maracha is high. In fact, they are known for being corrupt. That is why, let me give you an example. There's a school called Kololo Senior Secondary School, which is found in Itara sub-county. That project has taken 7 years and it has not been completed. Yes, it has not been completed and 7 years now. In Maracha, records tells us that we have seen bridges which have been swept away before commissioning or before people start using it. In Maracha, we have seen, for those who have not seen, in Maracha is one of the places whereby the road that has been maybe the road which has been allocated funds to be worked on. After it's been working on, it will be swept away after a few months. Why? Because of various factors which are associated to the project and how it is supposed to be done. But I want to give you this straight away. One, how can you ask me? How can young people? How will I ensure that the young people are involved into the monitoring and accountability stuff of things as far as the district is concerned? One, by telling them the fact that when a project comes in your place, you are the first watchman and you are the first inspectors, you are the first people to handle it. In fact, to see into that the project goes on very well. A situation in a Kololo seed where instead of using timber, they used these eucalyptus to work on the what? To work on the ceiling. Then you ask yourself, where were the local community? Were they there? Were they sensitized that this project belongs to them? Or everything comes up with a sensitization. When you don't tell people, this road or this bridge you are building here, it is for you. You are going to use it yourselves. But as you are building this road, you must be the eye seeing this thing happening. A research tells us that one of the bridges which was swept away by rain before commissioning was built using bricks which were not burned. You see? So if the community themselves can see that the engineering department or the engineers are using bricks which are not burned to build this bridge here or to make a construction in their area, what role did they perform? You see? So all these things comes up by awakening the spirits of the community where government projects are taking place to understand that what this project is here, it is for you, let's monitor it together. So that is what I'm going to do by telling the people it is like this, let us do D, L, B, C, and D. That is one. Two, corruption. When we talk about accountability, don't only look at it from outside. Even when it comes to the recruitment, to the government system, Maracha district, in Maracha, I remember saying some few months ago, getting a job in Maracha has become like marrying a woman, whereby you must give a cow, a goat to get a job. So as the LC5 chairperson of the district, in fact, LC5, you are the president. You are the president of the area. You are the president of the district is the LC5. Just like a country like Uganda, where the president has a parliament, the LC5 has a council. The president has a speaker, the LC5 has a speaker. So it is you, the LC5. In fact, it will be me, the LC5, to ensure that all the activities in the government or in the local government are monitored. In fact, are supervised. Every activity that happens at the district is being supervised by me. Luckily enough, I have a bachelor's degree in public administration. So this is a course that has opened my eyes. It makes me understand how local government is supposed to run, and I'm going to bring this knowledge, putting it wholeheartedly to make sure that this district is effectively and efficiently run into fundamentally new direction. That is what we are coming up to do. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much. Now, as you said, that is what you're coming to do. But we have ever seen most of these politicians, when they come out to us like this, they speak boldly. We believe in them, hoping that they are going to do what exactly they have told us. But at the end of the day, they have ever disappointed us. So, as in for you, how would you ensure that youths from diverse backgrounds, including those with disabilities, poor background, and vulnerable youths, are included and empowered in local governance processes? And what initiatives would you put in places to support their participation?
Right, thank you so much. Yes, you have said it rightly. When leaders come, most of them come with expectations, high expectations. But as they're there in the office, their expectations vanishes away. The expectations disappear, and the hopes they raise into the hearts of the people dies away. So opening the doors for corruption, open doors for maladministration, and opening doors for nepotism and other forms of government that they had never expected to handle when they were campaigning or when they were coming up. But that depends on the type of leader that you have elected, because we have seen people who come up into these positions without a clear agenda. They come without a clear agenda. Let me give you an example. Like currently, we are watching and we are witnessing the campaigns, the joint campaigns of different MPs, which are happening all over. And good enough or likely enough for those who are not within, some of these campaigns are live. And then when you hear these people speak, you can clearly tell that this person has no agenda, this one has agenda, this one has no agenda, the other one has. So that is what we have been seeing. So me come stepping up into this person here. I've come up with a very, very clear agenda to lead the district. So how am I going to include the young people, the disabled, the what? One, we have the councillors. In fact, we have departments which are handling the youth. The youth. First of all, the youth themselves, they have their chairperson. And it is going to be me to show to them as a young person how things are run. Because for us to make the youth to be productive, we need engagements. First of all, we need involvement of different stakeholders. And who is going to sort them, these stakeholders, or who is going to open them up to these spaces? It is going to be the president of the district, who happens to be the LC5, giving them the opportunity to thrive in everywhere, in everything that they're doing. I'm not happy seeing the youth on the youth leadership in every district in Uganda here only appearing during the youth elections, and the second they're appearing during the youth day celebrations. These are programs which me personally have never valued, because why should you wait as you, the young people, you are the most underrated. Eh? You are the most underrated, and you sit and you wait only to celebrate Youth Day. What are you celebrating? What are you celebrating there? You see? So it is going to be upon me to open their eyes to say, you guys, being at this council here or be holding this position here is not just for name, for you to make name. No, we have come here to work. Let's go out. Let's look for the investors. Let's look for the NGOs. And these ABCD programs have come. It is for the young people. Let us get them involved. That is one. Two, the disabled. We have seen in very many areas whereby the disabled people are not being talked about. One example, move to most of our schools within the region. You will never, in fact, it is in very, very few schools whereby position just these spaces for rolling the wheelchair for the disabled. It is very, very rare to find them. They build a veranda very, very high. You understand? Verandas have been built high, whereby even in most cases, no space has been left for these disabled guys to roll their wheelchairs or to easily move. You see? So that is the one area to show to that what the disabled people have almost been neglected in Uganda here. But I want to tell you, this government coming here, it is coming up with a very, very clear agenda, an inclusive agenda for each and every. The youth involved, the elders are going to be involved and benefit. The mothers are going to benefit. Fathers or uncles and everybody. In fact, let me say everybody with the children inclusive, they are going to be involved and benefit in this government coming up. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for that wonderful answers. That was under influence of youth in local governance. So we are proceeding to under leadership and the aspiration. So the first one comes. Honorable Fred, what inspired you to run for district local council 5 chairperson? And what qualities do you think you bring to the role that will make you an effective leader of Maracha district?
One, straight away, what brought me into this race? Yes, what brought me into this race, first of all, is the miserable state of Maracha district. But the miserable state of Maracha district is what has brought me into this race here. Because, one, when you look at Maracha currently, every sector is down. Education is down, health is down. The only road which is good in Maracha is the road that started from Vura Customs, which has bypassed Maracha, going to Kaya or Raba border, those ends of Sudan there. That is the only good road. Recruitment, as I said, getting a job has become like marrying a woman. Let me give you an example. Few months ago, when the population census, that event there, getting the people what happened. That thing for me when I was working, I went there purposely. Even those guys who knew that, hey, I'm working, asked me, hey, you're here. I said, yes, I'm here. I'm here. Then little did they know what I went there to do. I went there because I wanted to test for myself how things happen here when it comes to recruitment. But let me tell you, even getting the jobs to be the parish supervisors, move to your villages in Maracha. For those who are from Maracha, I know we have various people from other parts of the country. Move to Maracha. Where the people who counted people in other people's villages who were not known. You find, like me, a degree holder, did not even get a chance to be a mere, what? It is position here. The person who was counting people. Enumerator, to be a mere enumerator, I did not get the chance. And the person who was counting the people in my village was somebody whom nobody knew. You see? Parish supervisors. That position of being a parish supervisor, the people at the district officials divided it among themselves. That is why the LC, the district speaker, at the position of where he is, These are people who are supposed to supervise, monitor the government activities which are run in the district. He was also a parish supervisor. Then you ask yourself, did he do the interview? No. How did he reach there? The different people, the parish supervisors in my parish, Kakua parish. It was the what? They call them what? This Mukungus, how do they call them? The parish chief, yes. The parish chief of one of the parishes in Kizomoro sub-county was the one was the supervisor for that program. Then ask yourself, did she do the interview? No. How did she reach there? And to make it worse, she was using the local government vehicle, motorcycle. Even foolishly enough, she came and parked it at our compound. I looked at her, I laughed, I was like, oh, how are you doing? Hey, yeah, she's doing the ABCD. I just laughed. Little did she know that how I was burning in my heart. In fact, the situation in which Maracha district is the reason as why I've come into this race here, because we can't sit and complain, fold our hands, complain that, hey, roads are bad, hey, education is this, hey, things are like this, when you are complaining and you are not taking action. So I've come out from the comfort zone, from my comfort zone, coming straight into this race here, want to assure everybody that what we are taking Maracha in a fundamentally new direction, and the time is now. So with me, with you behind me, with everybody standing behind me, I'm sure I have the confidence that we shall achieve the Maracha we want. In fact, we have one of the best visions as a district. That what a model district. Yes, that is the district. That is the vision which was set by the people who got the district. Yes, but they said that a model district, but which district can want to get example from Maracha? Look, Terego, our immediate neighbor. Terego district, our immediate neighbor. Yes, they have gone very, very far, very, very far. And when you try to ask anybody who is already in the local government of Maracha district, whether a leader or what, ask, hey, you people, Terego has defeated, they tell you, hey, Terego has defeated us. They have gone very far because they have very many NGOs because of the refugees. Then that is an answer that a very, very ignorant person can give. That is an excuse that an ignorant person can give. Because when we look at NGO sector, NGOs don't only operate with the refugees. We have very many NGOs which operate in other districts. So, why I've come into this race is the state at which Maracha is. That is why I've come into this race here. I've come to change things around. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. Well, you told us clearly what inspired you to join these races. You seeing Maracha district living in misery, and you believe strongly you will be that one leader who is going to bring out Maracha from that misery life. And remember, with all what you're airing out, we are expecting a lot from you. As a young leader, how do you plan to balance the needs and expectations of different demographics in Maracha district, including youth, women, and older adults?
Very many people have expectations about me because they look at me, the confidence with which I've come up with. They know they have in fact, they have big expectations as far as my leadership is concerned. And they should continue to expect bigger and better things because I'm a proven leader. I did it at the university and I'm coming to do it at Maracha district, local government. So how am I going to accommodate the different interest groups at the district? Let me tell you one thing, the local government, every department or every sector, in fact, every age group has its interest. Like one, the young people. Let's start from the young people or the children. First of all, for children, we prioritize education. We're looking at building their capacity. And how are we going to build this capacity? Is first of all through education. When they study, when they go to schools, and the conditions surrounding their studies is favorable, definitely they are going to thrive tomorrow. When we were in primary, we are saying that we are we are the pillars of tomorrow's Uganda. So, like today, we are taking come up, I'm taking the mantle to lead the district. So I build myself to come and lead. So in the same way, we must build the capacity of the young people, of the children, first of all, through education to take care. That is one. Two, the elderly people. Yeah? The elderly people. The government has programs that benefits them. And the challenge is, we have been seen into it that this program has been mad with a lot of irregularities, and we are coming to correct it for them. What about the other age brackets? Yes, the different government initiatives. For example, we have the parish development model, which out of ignorance or due to the way situations which are surrounding the program is, our people, instead of getting 1 million according to the government policy, every individual was supposed to get 1 million Ugandan cedis. Every adult was supposed to get 1 million Ugandan cedis. You find in Maracha people, some people got 300,000, some people got 400,000, some people got 600, 700. Then you ask yourself, how did we reach here? You see, how did we reach here? So these are the government initiatives whereby we shall open people's eyes to see into it that what belongs to Caesar must be given to Caesar. So that is it. In fact, basically, how we're going to accommodate every person's interest, how are we going to make sure that every person, but if roads are good, everybody is going to benefit. If the health sector is good, everybody is going to benefit. If implementation of government programs are good, everybody is going to benefit. This implementation of government programs includes roads, health, education, and in fact everything which is being handled by the local government. If they are well run, if they are run by people who know how it is supposed to be done, that is how everybody is going to benefit. And in the end, people are going to sit and celebrate and say, oh, what a leader this is. Everybody is going to celebrate and jubilate at the end of the time. Thank you.
Okay, here comes the next question. What is your vision for youth development in Maracha district, and how will you prioritize initiatives that benefit young people, such as education, job creation, and the entrepreneurship?
My vision for the young people is to see every young people thrive. That is it. Is to see that every young person thrives. And how shall we achieve this? By bringing things that can make them to everybody to reach where it's supposed to be. One, entrepreneurship. How shall we do this? By bringing different stakeholders to come and teach them. Let me give you an example. In a business sector now, when you move in every street in Western here, you find it is the Baganda who are making sappers. It is the Baganda who, in fact, the people from Central who are making sappers. It is the Baganda, the same Baganda who have taken over business, selling utensils and other things. It is the Baganda who have taken over roasting chicken, mutsomo, nyamatsomo, everything. It is how do they do it? It is the Baganda who are handling the bakery. Yes, they are the ones handling it. As we sit and watch, we are watching them doing it. But ask yourself, how did those people reach there? Even it is the Baganda people or the people from Central who have established powerful garages around. You can bear this with me. Yes, they are the ones who have mastered the art. But when you go there, you find even when you speak English, they cannot speak English. They don't speak the English. They don't speak English. But for us, we have sat down, we are watching them. I want to tell you this straight away. Most of our leaders, They are comfortable seeing us the way we are. They are comfortable seeing the youth seated along the roadside, eating marungi, drinking alcohol, and doing a lot of things. That is why they don't provide, they have not been providing solution to the challenges that the young people are facing. Let me give you this straight away. They come every time. The youth are eating marungi, they are sitting on the roadside. They don't provide any solution. Yet, they themselves are supposed to provide a solution. Ask yourself, how many businesses or how many employment opportunities have those people who are saying, you don't want to work? Hey, how many employment opportunities have they created? Zero. Nothing. They have not created anything. Most of them create zero. You see? They just come and lament. Hey, youths are not working. They are eating money. Hey, let me tell you. Go to the border sector. Are those the Moses driving motorcycle? Are those the elders riding motorcycle? No. Move to the Bolokas. These guys who are carrying things on their back. Are they Moses? No, these are young people. They're doing work. You see? So, but I have good news for everybody. These young people here, how they can take over in the roasting chicken on our on the streets, becoming bakers, becoming serious welders, becoming serious mechanics, is by taking them to school. This does not necessarily mean they must go up to the university. No, that is not the case. That is why the Baganda who are roasting chicken, they don't speak English. They don't speak good English. The Baganda who are mechanics, they don't speak good English. The Baganda who are in the bakery, they don't speak good English. The Baganda who are selling things, they are not speaking good English. So how those people reach there is because in their land, there are very many interventions which are not even run by the government. It's not run by the government. These people are trained on hands-on skills, bakery, mechanics, carpentry, different things there. So by the fact that they got those skills, that is why even if a Lugbara man sets a tapat like you, a Lugbara gentleman, and a Muganda are making tapat at the same place, people will go and buy tapat from the Muganda. Why? Because the guy because he went through some catering stuff, and his tapas are sweet. Their musomo, their roasting is sweet. Why? Because they went through catering. That is why they roast sweet nyamasoma. They repair good vehicles. How? Because they went through mechanic, the hands-on training in mechanics. That is why they're doing better things. So the young people need to be open. Our youths can all be accommodated in all those sectors there. And that is what we are coming to do. That is what this government I'm bringing is coming to do. I am coming up to handle I'm coming up to take us into acts. We're tired of lamentations. We are going to the acts. That is what we are coming to do. And that's how the young people are going to handle things. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable. I'm loving the talk show and I'm really enjoying it. You are here trying to prove yourself to us as being a problem-solving person. That the previous leaders, they haven't been creating employment opportunities for the youth in Maracha district. And you are here telling us that you will be in position to do that, the ones they were not doing. Earlier on, in one of your answers, you did talk about you being a degree holder, but missing that chance of being an enumerator in the census. And I believe there were so many people who also missed that chance. And now, because of that, it inspired you to come out and join this politics, to be in the race, proving to us that you can solve some of these things in the district. Now, how would you handle potential conflicts or disagreements between youth and other stakeholders?
Yes, I only brought for you that as an example, that aspect of this recent stuff here, recent population census here, as an example. But that is not what motivated me to come into the race, because I decided that I was coming to this race on the 5th of May. In fact, 20th of May 2020, even before the other elections. That is how I decided to join. I made up my mind to join this coming race I am in now. That is why I am a better person, well prepared in the brain to lead the people. Because I'm not just waking up from my sleep to come that, oh, I want to. No, that is not how it is. But anyway, you have asked me, how am I going to handle the conflict? There are different mechanisms of handling a conflict resolution. So I'm going to, like we have seen recently, the youth rose up in one of the sub counties when the district leadership went there in Korolo Trading Center. In fact, in Korolo, that is seed school area there, the young people rose up because they were demonstrating. They are frustrated. Why? Because of the project taking too long than what they expected. But what I want to say is how we shall avoid all those events or the conflicts is by doing the needful. Of course, when services are delivered the way they are supposed to be, who will rise up against you? Where will the complaint come from? It is not going to come. In fact, what attracts conflict in the different places is when what you do does not meet the expectations of people. That is where conflicts come in. That is where people fight. That is where people rise up. You see? But we are coming with the clean hands to put things right, giving what belongs to Caesar, and giving what belongs to the church, That is what we are coming to do. By doing so, it will make sure that we shall definitely, by doing that, we shall definitely fight off conflicts, we shall definitely fight off battles, we shall definitely fight off the conflict of interest. We are going to handle them just like that. I saw, before you come in, I saw somebody ask the question, how am I going to, I've talked about vegetable growing, how am I going to handle it? How am I going to handle vegetable growing with the climate situations that we're experiencing? Yes, I'm aware that we are in a land, or we are in an area where the climatic seasons have changed. I am aware of that, but I understand that for us to thrive in agriculture, we must. I was seeing somebody posing a question. I don't know if you are taking the questions, moderator. You remind me about that. So, but how are we going to handle vegetable growing? We have experts, different experts, very main experts who can handle people. In fact, teach them, mentor them of how to handle these things there. You see, I am not saying that I am going to be the one doing it. No. We have experts that we can invite to train people. We have different, let me give you an example. Like, we have schools, secondary schools, in fact, primary schools and secondary schools. We have different center areas where people gather. Is it hard to bring a specialist or somebody who handles vegetable or who handles any issue to do with the agriculture? Is it hard to bring this person to teach people how to handle issues to do with agriculture? It's not hard. It is not hard because these people are not far. First of all, we have our own people who are in different agricultural departments. Can't they really come and give out the ideas that they have to our people? They can. Why have they not been coming? Because they were not open. Nobody thought of that idea to come and teach people. Let me give you another example. We are not only looking at vegetables, we are looking at even beekeeping. For example, beekeeping. Does it need an angel to come and teach people how about beekeeping? No, it doesn't need an Enzo. If it needed an Enzo, the Enzo is here in the names of Adriko Fred, who is coming to lead people. In fact, bring different groups to teach everybody what they are supposed to do in the different sectors of their interests. That is what we are coming up to do. Yes, back to you.
Okay, the last question under leadership and aspiration. What message would you like to convey to the youth of Maracha district regarding their participation in local governance and leadership? And how can they get involved in shaping the district's future?
Thank you so much. Thank you. First of all, the youths themselves, they must take part in this coming election, not as spectators, but as candidates. Yeah? I'm tired of seeing youths being used. Like currently, there are commotions which have been created in some parts of the country where these joint campaigns are happening, where a selfish person comes, gives money for the youth to go and drink alcohol, such that they can go and disrupt other people's speeches, other people's events. I'm tired of seeing youth being used that cheaply. I'm tired of seeing them being used cheaply. It is not time for the youth to continue sitting and clapping hands when their resources have been stolen, when their future is being taken. In fact, when their future is being messed up. We have had people who messed up their past. They want to correct. In fact, they want to correct it within the shortest time possible. That is one. Two, they want to mess up the future of the youths themselves. They want to mess up the future of the youths who are currently here existing. But I want to tell them, enough is enough. Let them take part in the election. That is one. Two, first of all, let them present themselves as candidates in this coming election. Two, let them take part. We have the numbers. The youths are the majority. In fact, if the youths are to rise up, speaking one word, one language, they can change the government in this country here. And this thing is going to start with the Maracha district. If the youths rise up, they can change the government at the district. They can change everything because we have the advantage of the numbers. The numbers is on our side. The numbers is on our side. So it is a matter of the youth position themselves very well to take up the leadership, and that's what I'm calling upon each and every one of them to take part into this leadership here. Present yourself as a candidate. Go pick nomination. In fact, go pick get the interest form. Present yourself as a candidate. Then we go for the rest. We win. We put Maracha a better place. For those who are not going to, who are not ready to present themselves as candidates now, make sure that you take part in the election. Vote. Go and listen to the different manifestos of people. After listening to their manifestos, ask them questions. After asking them questions, it will give you a candidate that you are going to vote. Definitely. That is what I am calling upon them to do. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. Those were the questions under leadership and the aspiration. So we are proceeding to under local governance and the development. Honorable Adriko Fred, what are the most pressing issues facing Maracha district, and how would you address them as the district local council 5 chairperson, particularly in areas such as health care, infrastructure and education, or general socio-economic issues?
In fact, every sector in Maracha needs attention. That is why we are coming to handle it. Every sector in Maracha needs attention. Education is down. Education is down. Health is down. Socio-economic is down. That is why I talked about issues of farming intensively, because I know that is where we belong. That is why I talked massively about issues of empowering the youth, because that's why I know basically that is where we belong. That is what we can do to change the status quo as far as socio-economic transformation is done. When we come into education, in fact, the government releases funds for very many activities to be handled. In fact, the government of Uganda releases funds for very many activities to be handled. And how do we budget this money? It is the council to budget it, and it is the council to allocate it. But the council will do it as being spearheaded by the district chairperson. And with me, a knowledgeable person of how the local government operates, definitely I'll give them a sense of direction of how best we can put things right. And bringing handle issues to do with the local government, handle issues to do with the impact, every issue that we are going to handle. We are not only going to rely on the government alone to bring in a fundamental change, but we are also going to intensively handle it hand in hand with the non-governmental organizations, which the government itself has opened room for them to operate in Uganda, and we are going to involve them where needs be. That is how we are going to change the sectors. That is how development is going to come. That is how we are going to handle issues to do with the development. That is how we are going to handle issues to do with the handle issues in the health sector. That just some few months ago, Tergo district benefited from beds which were sent from abroad. And how did it happen? So, and by it coming, what did it do? You see, I'm talking about beds which are given to health sectors. So I'm trying to bring you to an understanding that what handling, in fact, changing a district, that we are not only going to rely on the local government, but we are going to involve in other key stakeholders to as partners in development. But we shall do this as the law leads us. Thank you. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much. As we are ending, you said you are not going to do it alone, but you are going to involve other stakeholders. How would you prioritize the resource allocation to ensure effective service delivery and development in the district? And what criteria would you use to determine funding priorities?
One thing I want to assure you is for effective representation, you must send good councillors into the council, because initially or literally it is your councillors, it is the council to approve what goes where. So in your sub-county, when you tell an idiot to come and represent you, expect your service to be that way. That is one thing that I want to assure you now. When you send an idiot to come and represent you to the council, expect services the way, like just like the person you are sending. When you sit down, look at the councillors who are contesting. You know the services which are going to come there will be like them. That is the first thing. So that is the first thing. When you send an idiot, expect things the way, just like that. So, but as an LC5, as somebody who knows Maracha, as somebody who grew up in Maracha, of course, we shall not only sit in the office. In fact, I'm not coming to sit and swing myself on the chair, but I'm coming to tour Maracha. I'm coming to identify which area needs what. That is what we are coming to. And that is how the resource allocation shall be. That is how we shall get our priorities. Thank you.
All right. As being a son of Maracha, you grew up there and you knew it very well. So what strategies would you employ to promote economic growth, job creation, and entrepreneurship in Maracha district? And how would you support local businesses and industries?
First of all, it seems you are repeating the questions, but that doesn't take away the fact that I'm going to handle it. One, we don't have any industry currently, I think, in Maracha district. We don't have. But this coming government will make sure that there are factories in Maracha. We were waiting for electricity and it has come. And the electricity was waiting for Adriko to come and put things right. And I have come. I have come. So, as I have come, let me tell you one thing. It looks funny seeing things being transported from Kampala and they are sold here. When you have the land, when we have the land to put factories, when you have power to put factories, when you have the labor to handle issues at the factory. But how shall we attract factories? It depends on how your government is run. Because currently we are known for corruption. Which factory can come? Which entrepreneur, a big investor will wish to come in your land when you are known for corruption? Which investor will want to come? They will not come. You see, that is why we don't have factories. That is why, in fact, that is why we don't have these industries that you talked of. They are not there. But I want to assure you, with this government coming, we shall attract them to come. I know you're going to ask me how. As the president of the district, it is your role to go and look for investors to come to your place. That is why you see. That is why you see this Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. He is doing things there. How is he doing it? You go, you benchmark somewhere. After benchmarking, you call these people to come and establish this thing here because of the land. We have advantage of Congo near here. We are the border, Congo, Sudan. Is it hard to call those factories to come and establish themselves in Maracha here, where even market is there? Is it hard? How do you do it? By writing to them. If you don't invite somebody, before you invited me to speak here, have I ever spoken here? No, I've never spoken. In the same way, this is what we're going to do. We attract some of those people by writing to them, inviting them to come and establish things in your area. That is how factories are going to come. You see? That is how factories are going to come in our place. They are not just going to come by talking, lamenting, no, by taking action. Who is going to take this action? The district chairperson. Who is that district chairperson? It is only Adriko who can take us there. That is one. Two, we have some simple factories that we could put. Tell me, is it hard for people to start? Is it hard for us to make soap that we use on our land there? Is it hard? It is not hard. And when we establish that, are we not going to create a job? We are going to. And how? And who is going to do this? By building the capacity of the people who can do it, opening the space up for them, making taxes affordable for them to thrive. In fact, to thrive. That is how investors come. That is how things are going to change. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable. We are now 10 p.m. In fact, 8 minutes past 10 p.m. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your time. And to the listeners, you have just been listening between me and the Honorable. Now we are giving the mic back to the listeners. If I'm to check the in-call messages, there are some questions here for you, Honorable. Before giving the chance to the listeners, let's first go through these ones. From Princess Harriet, if Maracha is corrupted as the upcoming leader in trust, how are you going to stop corruption? Because 99% these corruption issues begin with leaders. How sure are you want to join corruption after taking that office?
Thank you so much. Let me start from there. What opens space for corruption is lack of supervision. It's a lack of supervision. So, by me being the chairperson of the district, definitely, as young as I am, I don't need necessarily vehicle to risk to supervise an activity of the government, in fact, which is happening. So by supervising government activities, by supervising how services are being in fact, how different how different activities are run at the district, definitely that alone will handle issues of corruption.
All right, the second one here is Stephen Maliamungu. Thanks, artist Fred Wakanda. I'm really convinced by your confidence, but hope that all should be air words. One concern in our localities, we always give according to nice words, but later fail us. You are not yet employed and hustling. How sure are you that you can't eat a delicious food given us via you when you're very hungry? And assure us of your connection as a leader to be and your music industry.
Thank you so much. I've been working at DL5 Bank. Was that hustling? No, that was work, right? That was work, and how I got elected just because a politician, by a nature of a government, is not supposed to operate is not supposed to work at the bank. That is why when the year ended, when my contract ended, I did not renew. My contract was not renewed because I have joined the politics. That is why I left there. So working there, in fact, it is one of the most respectable work environments that somebody can ever have in this country, because you are literally dealing with direct cash. That is it. Literally dealing with direct cash, handle issues here and there. So me coming into this space here, I have not come as a hustler. I'm not coming into this space as a hustler. I'm coming up in this race as somebody who has worked in one of the best financial institutions the world has ever known. So you said what? Let me tell you, great leaders are musicians. That is one thing I must tell you. That is why the biggest, the most celebrated leader on this planet Earth is King David. For those who are Christians, he's the one who wrote all the books of Psalms. That David, he's the one who wrote Psalms himself, and he's the greatest leader on this earth here. Kenneth Kaunda, the former president of one of these countries, I don't know, which has escaped off my mind. He was a musician. He led his country very, very well, and he passed on during COVID time here. President Museveni is a musician. That is why he sang songs like "You Want Another Rap?" Yes, Sebo, yes. He's a musician. My principal, Robert Sagulani, aka Bob Wine, who is also known as Bob Wine, famously known as Bob Wine. He's a musician and he's doing things very well. But as it stands, I left music. The target, the focus is onto politics. Thank you.
Okay, still from Maliamungu. You talked about growing vegetables. How shall this be handled with our alarming climate?
I already handled that question. I saw it and I handled it straight away. Whereby I said we have different people who can teach our people how these things are going to be handled. We have very many. We have experts who handle that, not the DL5 handling, but we have experts who are going to handle it.
Okay, the last one here comes from Princess Harriet. Still, apart from everything you have mentioned that is bringing Maracha down, the challenges and the difficulties, the poor roads, schools, hospitals, jobs, etc. Well and good. To achieve all that, one has to be having connections with the above leaders in the government. Degree alone cannot build roads or schools in Maracha. So how will you handle that?
Yeah, that one sounds funny to me. That degree alone cannot build roads. It's true. That is why people who have failed to do it some of them had the papers. And I want to tell you, there's nothing like having connections with the government. What it is not there. The fact that you are the district chairperson, you will definitely have the different offices of the government will know you. They will know you by the virtue of you being elected as the district chairperson. Which office will not know you? If any of the office does not know you, you go there, you introduce. My name is Adriko Fred. I'm the DL5 of Maracha district local government. There, will the person not know me? The person will have known me. So that is it. And issues to do with the road. Let me assure you. Let me tell you one thing. Did you know that every financial year the government gives money? Like this financial year, Maracha district local government has budgeted for 36 billion Ugandan shillings. Where does it need connection for this money to come? No, it doesn't. That is why you have currently people are fighting to be MPs in the parliament. What role are they going to do? They are going there to make sure that what budget is appropriated and given to the different districts. That it is the role of the district chairperson now to supervise the budget which his council is going to come up upon. Does it need connection? Never. Doesn't need. Does not need any connection. It needs a leader who can sit and see how things are run. That is how things are supposed to be. They're not about connections. It is not about connection. Wait. I see some MPs who have nothing to say to tell voters, claiming that the president knows them. That is being dull and dumb. You can't tell me that the president knows you. Eh? If it was because the president knows what one you need to be known, how would things be? That is not how the government operates. Government does not operate based on being known. No, never. That is not how things are run. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable. We are moving well now back to the listeners. And from Facebook, CEO, you will help me. You keep checking if there are some questions or comments there. You're going to read it for us. Inside here, I have seen Emmanuel, your hand is up. Can you unmute yourself and we hear from you?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to our dear Honorable. I have some questions for him. I would like to know from him in some areas, because I'm sure that he's going to be the next DL5 for Maracha district. So I would like to know from him, Mr. Honorable, I would like to know from you, you are contesting with which party ticket to live for Maracha district? Because I not hear that one from you. I would like to know that one from you. First of all, you tell me about that. I have other questions to ask. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm an official flag bearer of NUP, National Unity Platform.
Okay, thank you. The reason why I ask that question is, our region, General West Nile, is dominated by NRA. So you are standing with the NUP ticket. How sure are you that you are going to lead people of Maracha? Because most of people from that end, they are dealing with the NRA, because NRM is leading in every election in West Nile. So how are you going to convince them to elect?
Oh, thank you so much. I've already got your question. You can keep it there. Let me give you an Terego district, my neighbor. They have the only highly positioned leader with Alliance for National Transformation countrywide, ANT. Terego voted a candidate, Alliance for National Transformation leader. In Uganda, he is the only highly elected person under that ticket. That is one. Two, it takes a leader to sell to sell, to in fact, to sell a party out to people. It takes a leader. My leadership potential, the first, it is going to be tested, first of all, by the ability to turn the brains of people to. I think I'm answering you. Hey, Emmanuel, first unmute mute your microphone. So that is how my ability to win the election using national unity platform will be the first test to my leadership potential, because we cannot be doing things the same way. And remember, there's always first time for everything. National unity platform, this is their first time, second time to participate in elective position in Uganda here in history. This is their second time. They won massively in Baganda in the last election when they were not a political party. But now we are registered political party which is allowed to operate in this country here. So it means, and I'm their first candidate to lead the flag as the DL5 of the district. Meaning, I will be in a position to win this election regardless of the party where I'm standing from, because this election I am in is bigger than a political party, because we are coming for issue-based politics. That is what I am in for, because the bad roads affect NRM, FDC, everybody. The economic situations, the socio-economic situation at the district, it doesn't know political party. The roads, the schools, the decline in our education sector doesn't know a political party. In fact, I know our people have been, most of our people's brain have been quite washed to think that services, in fact, for somebody to live, must only be in NRM. That is the tactics the regime used. In fact, that is a tactic. In fact, some people were trying to use ignorance to see that, intuit that what their selfish ambitions thrives into the hearts of people. Let me say this. Maracha, in 1 decade now, has been under NRM regime, the leadership. Is it not known countrywide because of corruption under the reign of the NRM regime? It is, you see. So this time around, where we are positioning ourselves, we are not looking at a political party. For those who may be looking at a political party, I'm sorry for you, but I know my message will melt your heart. If you have never had a message melt in your heart, that is why people are in a position to load more data to be online here, to listen to how I speak, because it is a message that their ears have been yearning to hear. That is it. And this message definitely will break the hearts, the minds, the souls of our people. They will come and vote for Adriko as their next DL5. Then Maracha will be seen as a model district. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answer. I'm convinced. I have also another question for you, Mr. Honorable. My question, I picked from your words. You talked about the PDA money that in your district, some people got 300, 400 or 500. I would like to know from you, what have you done to help out those victims who got 300, 400 or 500 in government policies like this Paris development model? Because you are aware of that. How did you help them?
Thank you so much. Power belongs to people with the power. Did you know that? Power belongs to people with the power. And how did we reach there? First of all, let me start from there. How did we reach there? In the auditor's report about PDA money, the auditor's report for those who interest themselves in reading. In the auditor's report, when money for sensitizing for sensitization of people about Paris development model was released in Maracha district, they used another term other than saying they ate the money. They used another term to say that what they diverted the money into another sector, which now made the people were not sensitized about the what PDM. That is why the policy about PDM has never been clear. It has never been clear about PDM in Maracha. That is why you find today they say it is this, tomorrow it is that, another day it is like this. You see? So that is how the genesis of the 500, 300, 400 came up about. But had I been the LC5 that time, or as I'm going to be the LC5 next year, by next year, after elections, as I'm going to be the LC5, I can't tolerate rubbish. I can't tolerate nonsense. I can't tolerate that selfish motive of some few individuals to see into that what is supposed to be here is diverted there. No. Everything will serve its purpose. What belongs to Caesar will be given to Caesar. What belongs to church must be given to the church. Thank you.
Thank you, Smart, for your answers. My question. I still have one question to you again, Mr. Honorable. I'm having a question here. I have prepared a question here for you. Actually, there are two questions. One is, it seems you are more focused on youth, and indeed youth are unemployed and unskilled from our region. But how are you going to convince the youths in Maracha district to be skilled and employed? Secondly, tell me, some youths are having that zeal to be skilled, but they don't have money. How are you going to help them out? Thank you. These are the questions I prepared for you.
Let me hope those are the last questions you have, because I believe other people have what to say. One, you have said how am I going to scale the youth? By bringing the skilling centers onto their door sites. By bringing the skilling centers at Maracha. First of all, when this will take over power, we shall liaise with the MPs that people are going to elect to lead the different constituencies. We shall have 3 MPs, 2 constituency MPs, 1 women MP. We shall liaise with them and other people and other stakeholders to first of all lobby the government to bring a technical school in Maracha district. That's the first thing. But since we all know, government programs take they go through different hands due to the bureaucratic systems of government upon which the government operates. We shall, in the meantime, we shall write to different partners to bring skilling centers into Maracha. And how are we going to do this? By writing proposals using the office of LC5, writing a proposal to different NGOs to bring into those skilling centers. I hope you have heard, or you have ever heard, that there are some skilling centers which are brought free. Look at Akavu. Akavu came in, they take people to train in Koboko, and Omugo Tekenko, and some people have benefited out of it. Those are the different interventions, partners that we are talking about. You understand? I told you, government alone cannot do everything. And yes, the youths want to be skilled, some don't have money. But for instance, when government brings, as time goes, when the government will now bring its technical school, when they bring it, of course, prices are going to be low. As a government facility, as a government institution, their prices are going to be low. That is one. 2, we already have those existing vocational training schools. We have Obutava, for example. in Adriko sub-country. We have Obtava. So it is a matter of mobilizing these young people to go and do this thing there. And let me tell you, for me to start up to the university, yeah, and for you to have studied, I don't think you went there free. Some people have chance to go into those departments, in fact, to those levels, through sponsorships. Yes, we can't rule that out. Some people benefited to go at that level through sponsorships, but there are those who sponsor themselves, there are those who pay themselves. So this thing also comes back to the person who wants to study. Yes, for example, when they tell you that the course is 150, tell me if you are serious, you are serious, you want to study the course, can't you with your family fail to raise the 150? Can't you? Will you fail? No. There must also be told that these things, some of them, especially if it needs cost, you must tell them you are going to do this course. The cost is this much here. People, let me tell you, how people complain? Hey, they don't have money when they have goats. I was in here, can even send when the person has goats, when the person has sheep, you see, it is a matter of sacrificing that thing so that you can attain the skill which will help you. That is where speaking to the people is necessary, and that is what we are coming to do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Brother Emmanuel, for those wonderful questions. I think you have heard from Honorable and you are satisfied with those answers. Under the info messages, we have a question here from Milka Rosero. How will you describe your leadership style? Can you give an example of a time when you successfully led a team through a challenging situation? I think in the beginning, Honorable did talk about
Let me handle that.
him being in leadership, but still, you can tell her.
I told you people that I was the Gili president at Kampala University in Lero campus. I came at leadership when it has taken 4 years for the university without producing students' identity cards. It had taken them 4 years. I came at leadership at a point when the Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi, some people call it Wi-Fi, others call it Wi-Fi, was only in some spotted points at the university. I came on power at the point when the Wi-Fi at the library was struck by lightning. It was not functioning. I came at the leadership at the point when we had very, very few computers which were connected to internet at the computer lab. I came at a point when new curriculum was introduced, but people were talking about new curriculum, and there were no new curriculum books for the students, education students at the library. I came at a time when the university bus was not being used, was only the players, the players, footballers, volleyballers, who were using the university bus. I came at a point. I came at a time in the leadership when some years back a student died at the university, and the university bus did not go. They brought in other vehicles to take the student home. But at me stepping at the office like this, just by me speaking during my campaigns, it didn't take time. Wi-Fi was installed all over the university. Brand new computers were stocked into the computer lab. New curriculum books were brought. It took 1 month for the university to produce IDs for the students, for 90% of the students. After a few days, when I was into the office, a student died. May our soul rest in peace. A student suffocated and died, and this was a student in Kitugum. The university bus went with the students. So that is an example of how I've handled the difficult tasks. You see? Now, I am here into this race here. How have I managed to build myself? First of all, to handle difficult tasks. Do you know being in a national unity platform has never been something easy? Do you know it has never been something easy? We have had people who think NUP is not a party. A party for the arrogant, party for ABCD, party for the Moyai, party for drunkards, party for... But I've positioned myself to the extent that even you have recognized me as a candidate. That is why you have invited me here to come and speak. People have been underrating the young people, their efforts into leadership. I have positioned myself to the extent that nobody takes me as a young person now. Nobody takes me as a young person. They know I am the next LC5 of the district. That is how I've handled the difficult tasks. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable. I believe our sister Milka was here and she heard you loud and clear, not just herself alone, but members who are here. We are 36 minutes past 10 p.m. We are supposed to stop at 10:30. But as we are still going on at 11 sharp, we are stopping now. Members, you guys have to have a question for Honorable. The chance is still yours. Okay, there's also a question here from Aliti David. Thanks. Imani, can you mute yourself? Okay, Honorable, there's a question here from Aliti B. David. Thanks, Honorable. Candidates normally eye on youths and the older persons. Where does the middle-aged people belong?
Yes, thank you so much. The middle-aged people, in fact, in Ugandan setting, the age bracket for a youth, according to Ugandan standard, it starts from 18 years to 30. That is according. In fact, it is supposed 35, but the voting age ends at 29. For somebody to be a youth, to participate in the youth elections, you must be 29 years by the time of voting. So, yes, it is true. More emphasis are placed to talk about the young people, in fact, the youths and the elderly people. Leaving aside these other people from 17 years to 0 years. Why? Is because we believe, and the government believes, that by that age from 0 years to 17 years, you are in school, you are in school. You have been taken care by your parents. So from 18 years and above, they believe this is the age where you're already mature. You can take, that is the age where you can even, but you can understand that you're allowed to marry. Yes. But you can understand that is the age where you're allowed to marry and start your own family. So that is why more emphasis is placed onto those age groups there. But what I can assure you is how we're going to handle those age group brackets from 0 to 7 years, in fact to 17 years, is by first of all making sure that they are kept at school. That is the first because building your capacity is done through different aspects, yes, but education is key in doing that. So we shall make sure that what the age brackets that can go to school from let me say from 4 years to 17 years. These guys are supposed to be at school studying. So when their study environment is put good for them, that is how there will be benefit from this government coming. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable. I saw a hand from Latch Uganda Limited. Now you have removed the hand. I don't know if you're still there. If you're there, you can unmute your mic and raise up the question.
Okay, thank you so much. The order and tonight's program quietly. Vision. They were present. I want the honorable to elaborate to us about areas of corruption in it is down or is down record L5 all the one district.
Your network is not clear, please. Your network is not clear. Nobody is getting you.
I hope they are getting me.
Okay, you can speak now.
Then send the issue.
Your network is still not clear. Can you move to the next person?
Okay, still from our sister, Milka. Imani, mute yourself so that it can't back the voice.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Missy.
Okay. Here comes the question from Sister Milka again. Some town councils are increasingly demanding municipality status, acting the need for greater autonomy and resources to address local development challenges. What are your views on this demand, and how do you think it will impact local governance and service delivery?
No town council in Maracha has the capacity to handle municipality status. And that idea of demanding for a municipality came up from selfish individuals who are not wishing well for the people of Maracha. So instead of them thinking of a municipality, in fact, like they created the town councils. How have the town councils developed? No, they have not developed. No town council in Maracha has the capacity to handle municipality status, and that idea is already swept under the carpet. We can't talk of municipality when even the district itself has not developed. Back to you.
Okay, as our sister is here, she has had it. If there is any, we shall also hear from her later on. I've seen a hand here from Awania. Unmute yourself.
Yes.
I'm trying to mute this.
Please, Imani, if you want to talk, raise up your hand. Mute yourself.
Okay. I think you get.
Okay, he's
You
probably
can
muted.
continue.
We shall give you a chance. Thank you so much, our guest speaker, for the amazing input. Thank you so much, our moderator. I just have one or two questions for you. As I'm going to ask this as son of the soil. Yeah, so I'm someone from Maracha, and basically I know what is going on in Maracha also, though I stay this side. Yeah, when you take our youth mostly, when they go for interviews for a job in the district, it's really very hard for them to be given a job in the district there. So I have so many colleagues who have told me their stories, like how they go to the district to get a job and they end up coming out without even anything, any report. Yeah. So how are you going to solve all this problem? How are you going to start for the youth in terms of job?
As a public administrator, let me start from there.
Uh-huh.
As a public administrator, I know the process of recruitment from the beginning up to the end. And that is why my expertise is needed for Marasa district to run. That is why I'm calling upon the youth themselves to rally behind me to see into that what I'm the LC5 of the district. That issue of selling jobs, that issue of giving jobs for people because the person is your relative, the person is your what, the person is your what is going to end. And in fact, it has already ended. Just a matter of time as I step into the office. Simple.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, let me believe you for now. I will believe you more when you step in the office. Thank you. And then also the second question is, I was seeing development in Maracha is really, really very slow. This is witnessed by one Gorofa, which was started long time ago and is still on step one. So, so it's kind of shameful for this district. So, how are you going to make sure that Marasa district grows at a faster speed? How are you going to
Uh,
manage it? Yeah.
currently, they have put another floor. But what I can tell you is that flat was waiting for me to come and finish. So I've come at the right time. And then you expect the flat to get finished. You expect development to be at a speed. But for development to run, I told you very clear, government alone uh, cannot do it. It needs partners. It needs partners. That is why the government has opened its hands open for NGOs to operate. So we are going to attract them to come so that they speed up some of our development programs, some of our development agendas. That is how our people will be in position to get jobs because government alone cannot employ everybody in this country, and it is known because the unemployment has already overwhelmed this regime, has already overwhelmed the government. But I have hope that with me as the district chairperson, we shall bring in different initiatives, we shall bring in different hands to make sure that what development takes place at the district. So that flat was waiting for me to come and finish, and I've come. Let's stand together. You said you're somebody from Maracha. Mobilize your people. The support starts with you, first of all. You have your relatives, you have your friends, you have your OBs, you have your OGs, you have your neighbors also. And in you alone, I have over 1,000 votes. So please make sure that those votes are casted for Adriko Freddy, the voice you can trust. Thank you.
Okay,
Back to
thank you.
moderator.
Over to you,
Yes.
program manager.
All right, thank you so much, CEO, for those wonderful questions. Let's come back to informal messages. Honorable, I really like your openness. I wish the best for you. This one comes from Amateur Emmanuel. He really
Thank you so
appreciates
much.
your boldness, your openness. Wishes for you the best.
Thank you so much. I
And
love
still
you
the
back.
room is open. The room is still open. Members, we can still raise up the hand. Aishila Uganda Limited is back. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I think my network has been disturbing. Let me hope you people are getting me now.
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, I was talking about the issue of corruption. You know, issue of corruption, they have now emphasized here. I think these issues, if we emphasize like this, Honorable, we are in other words telling you that that is actually the HFH of Maracha district, which is eating Maracha district slowly. So I was saying that because of corruption, they have shifted at least 3 district chairpersons because of corruption, because this one comes with a lot of hope, and that one, after that, the hope dies. Another one comes with another hope until, actually, if you look at the Maracha district have already given up completely on issues of the LC5s. Let me hope you are coming to change. Now, I want to I want you to address this issue. There is a tendency, I'm a government worker, I'm somebody from Maracha also. There is a tendency whereby when issues of corruption comes in, they used to call it, people call them godfathers. Some people, they come up with the godfather, for example, the issue of Kololo senior secondary, Kololo seed, formerly it was called public. I'm one of the OB of that school, and me personally, I was deeply involved with that, because when the issue of anti-corruption unit come in, how those people reach there, I have an input. But it reached some extent there, all of us were sat down because they used some other areas to come and cool everything. Even those people who were apprehended, they are taken up to anti-corruption unit, up to Kampala, and then after that we found these people, they are all released, and there are a lot of things. And I saw the NRP chairperson of FECWA came and there was even fighting the LC5 because of those things. And there's a lot of things which are coming. So how are you going to address that issue whereby people how are you going to address this issue? Has been
okay, thank you. Your point has been taken. One thing I want to tell you, and to everybody who's listening to me, straightforward is, people, one thing I want to tell you is, yes, we have seen 3 different regimes in Maracha district. Yes, there are similarities and the differences are the same. Their similarity and differences are the same. But what I can tell you is, when you see in a situation whereby everything is in stagnation, you know, God is raising a leader who will sweep everything, make it straight away. Those 3 people were placed there to clear the way for the Savior to come. Now here comes the Savior in the names of Adriko Fred, who has come to sweep the district very, very clean. When the Israelites were suffering in Egypt, God brought in Moses to take them away from the land of Egypt. So our people have been crying. Our people have been in slavery for 15 years now. So God has brought in Adriko Fred to come and take them into the promised land, where somebody will get a job without paying any bribe, where people are going to hear of corruption that it used to be. Because me personally, with the help of you standing behind me, we have already packed all those the 3 regimes into the library as center of reference for bad governance. So we are referring to them as, we are looking at them, they are in the library, we have packed them in the library as center of bad governance, as an example of poor administration and maladministration, which is marred by corruption. But people previously, they had been electing people who don't love them, who don't have them at heart. That is why they were coming up in the names of party. NRM. Yet in their hearts, they don't love the people. But I want to assure you, like me, coming from who is coming to change NRM to be the opposition, and this coming government here at the district, definitely everything is going to be right, all is going to be okay, because corruption, God has brought me to bring an end to it, because it is a song which has been sung everywhere, where that issue of Kololo Saga, it is an issue which has been there, which has moved, but we are bringing everything into order now, with you behind me, with your father behind me, your mother behind me, your brother behind me, everybody standing behind me. We are taking a Maracha in a fundamentally new direction, and the time is now.
Are you done with your questions, Mr. Lat Uganda?
Yeah, basically, he has answered partially the question, but there is a part where there is a situation where people, they are using those big fishes to be covered. You can see something in Parliament. I want him to address
Thank you. You feel I've not handled that. One, those people come in the names of the regime that they are working under. You understand? But me coming from opposition, National Unity Platform, do I have those godparents? No, they are not there. Because I'll be working under government which is of National Resistance Movement. And those thieves normally hide themselves under the pretense of National Resistance Movement. So me coming from National Unity Platform, definitely I will be there without a godparent, but only with God above, who will give me the direction of how best I'm going to lead the people. So expect in certain situations, expect no godparent, but expect the God above to thrive and do things right for his people. Thank you.
Okay, I think thank you so much. I think our time is up. I'm not going to continue with the questions. I really like the courage, so I wish you well. So let's try to see how best we can do for Maracha as we advocate for the good governance. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love you back.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. We are only remaining with 3 minutes to wind up everything. But before that, there's a message I've seen again from our sister Milka, which we are just not going to leave it like that. This is the second last question for you, Honorable, because from me, there's also one. As he said, given the limited resources available to our local government, how would you prioritize the allocation of funds to different sectors such as education, healthcare,
Let me tell you one thing.
infrastructure, and agriculture to ensure?
Let me tell you one thing. Did you people know that every financial year, Maracha District local government sends back billions of shillings back to the consolidated fund? Did you know that? Did you know that? Every financial year, Maracha District sends back money to the central government because they failed to use it. How has it been happening? So there's no way somebody can tell me that Maracha District local government has limited funds or what. No. Money to run a district currently, Karen, do you know that even by the setup of the local governments now, there's nothing like you use the taxes that you are generating from your local government. No, it's not there. These taxes are collected and sent to the central government. It's from there that they have been sent back. That is why Maracha District, I told you earlier on, that what has 36 billion to be budgeted for. And one assurance I want to give you is that there's nowhere in this on this earth that money will be enough. It will never be enough. Even if I give you 1 million now, you say your budget will rise to 1.5. So what we need is, first of all, to use the available resources that we have. First of all, other than understanding it back to the central government, which has been happening. And how are we going to do that? Is what how have they been failing to use it? And what are we going to do to make sure that the monies are used? That is what you should expect to see us when we're already there, because we can't refund money back to central government when our situation is not being okay, when our situation, our roads are bad, when our health sector is bad, when our education is down. So the money is sent from central government to be budgeted for here at the district. So that is how things are. Then I saw somebody was like, I think Malamungu or something like that, saying that, hey, you have said the question was, how will I handle that issue of what? First, read that question. Hey, moderator, there's a question from Steven. I've seen it.
Okay. He said, I think the question was in Maliamungu said, I think the question was in case the body parents arise, how will you handle them?
Of course, we follow the legal procedures. We follow the legal procedures because we are not going to use chaos to handle cases. We are going to use the legal procedures to deal with the facts. In fact, to handle matters. That is how we're going to handle it. Okay, you can continue.
All right, we really wish you well, brother. Success. That is Princess Harriet. Wish you the best, Honorable still Stephen Maliamungu. And now from me, this is conclusion now. Thank you so much, Honorable Fred, for sharing your vision and insights with us today. As we conclude this discussion, what final message would you like to leave our audience regarding youth participation in local governance and leadership? How do you see the future of Maracha district and West Nile at large involved in when youths like you take part in local governance? Finally, what role do you hope youths play in shaping it?
First of all, the future is bright. That is what I can say. The future is bright. Especially when Adriko is the DL5 of Maracha district, the future is bright. When other youths take part in local governance, the future is bright. What I can tell to all the youths and to everybody as you are here, I know that the audience is not big enough, but you have heard it. You are the ambassador of this event here, of this conversation here. My message to the young people out there is, let us take part into these coming elections. Avail yourself as a candidate to lead into the leadership positions, because if you sit, you can only influence decisions when you actively take part in it. But when you sit and you fold your hands, you will not have any impact other than only this voting here. So avail yourself as a candidate so that you will sit at the table and make decisions. That is why me personally, I have stopped complaining about the status quo. But what I have decided to do is to offer myself as a candidate to be the person that I want. If I want good roads, I must be the person to allocate the resources. That is why I've offered myself. So I'm calling upon you. I know all of you here are capable of leading in different leadership positions, but please don't sit down. It is we, the young people. In fact, every generation has its target to achieve. The regime of Museveni had their target to achieve, and they have achieved it. They have achieved it. That is why you find in his government at the ministerial positions, a bigger percentage of the people are elders like him who are seated there, because they want to see their time ending in a successful way. In the same way, how they came into power, the only 27 guys who rose up, they fought until they captured the whole country. In their heads, what drove them to come and fight was the desire to see Uganda a better place. So it is now me and you. Now, in fact, they fought and they have seen they have enjoyed their life. They have put Uganda the way they wanted. Now it is me and you to make sure that we drive our district. In fact, we drive our future. We drive our generation. And how are we going to do it? Is by you offering yourself to lead. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for the offer. In fact, I believe it was the first time for most of you to hear my voice. And thank you so much for the audience. And for those who don't have my number, yeah, my WhatsApp number is 0760 48 50 59. I repeat it again. My WhatsApp number is 0760 48 50 59. So this coming Saturday, I will be at radio parties handling issues to do I will be at radio parties during the youth link program from 3 to 6. I'll be at radio parties. So you can tune in, you can stream us live also that time. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. I hope the evening, though it was cold, but the voice alone that roars made it warm and cool for you. Thank you so much for your time with me. I love you back.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable, for those last words from you. We really appreciate you and we thank you for offering this time to be here in Awanik TV. It's our pleasure to host you, and it won't be the last time to host you. We are still looking forward to have you here again as the time is still next year. It is really a pleasure. I think every one of us here enjoyed the conversation. I see some were saying they appreciate your openness, they appreciate your boldness. Yes, just believe that you're going through the success ahead of you. We shall stand together with you to pray. And to the people of Maracha, you have heard from him. Some are not here now. Be the messenger yourself, talking good about him, presenting him to others. And I believe doing this together, he's already through. He can't do without you people, and you people can't also do without him. Together, we are going to go far. And to the members, we really thank you so much for also offering this time to come and listen to your honorable. And then now you've seen who is going to lead you people. What is he going to do? You guys have known it already. As I did say earlier on, it won't be the last time for us to have him here. Awani TV is still looking forward to have him here and many more others who are still there. The TV is opened for you people. It is a home TV. We love each and every one of you. We are always ready to render for you our services. Members, let us join hands. These politicians can't do without us. We can't also do without them. Together, we are going to grow Awani TV. And I believe the ones who are streaming us this time, they are also going to know what exactly Awani TV is doing. So we thank you, people. Oh, may God bless each and every one of you. Tomorrow we are supposed to have talk show with Rock of Ages Ministry. As their coordinator is still sick, we are yet going to confirm from them if they will make it or it won't be there. We shall also communicate it on the Mother platform. Before proceeding on Saturday, we shall be hosting our gospel artist, that is the Angel Gospel, Fredo. On Saturday, we shall be having live podcast as we used to have. before ending the call or having the last prayer, midsters, we are having our director. We are going to take this opportunity to welcome him to say some few things, after which our sister Milka, you're going to help us close the program with a word of prayer. You're most welcome, director.
Okay, thank you so much. The program manager. I really appreciate how you handled it. Then I also want to, in a special way, thank the guest tonight. You have made it. I believe those who have got this message, they will see the difference. And indeed, the Maracha is looking for such kind of people. I last got you from one of your speeches when you were invited by Adumayero, because some of these things we are doing social media, it look to be, it is not spread, but I didn't really find these things go very far. So this one here we have done today, very people they are watching, and you can still go back to Facebook and you share it. People will always people will always rewatch it, because it is going to be uploaded also in YouTube at the same time. Then somebody said that Malamungu, I would like you to talk to. So that's okay. Now that's something, whatever that. So I was in the verge of saying that let's continue supporting these people. Let's also support these online TVs, and it start like this. So we believe slowly we are going far, and we believe people like afraid if they become the LC5 chairperson, they will have to give us opportunity to expand this kind of innovations in our land. All these online medias, these politicians, they have taken them, they're using them maximally, they're making them to promote themselves. At the end of the day, they become good communication areas to send the messages to people. So we thank you so much for accepting our invitation. As said, I'm a Dika, and that just about the influence of youth in the local governance. But next time we can just call you direct to give time to launch your manifestos. That will be the right time. Maybe one dimini Kambedi is open, but Malawi will also invite you at that time, and you will come and speak to your people to people at that time. So for them, Bob Adria, I'm a repeater per Facebook was see, but even my submission for about penny.